Okay, this video is going to be a vlog, and well, I woke up this morning in not a good mood. I actually woke up, I've been sleeping a lot more since I've been to the doctor and gotten on antibiotics. Antibiotics always make me sleepy, and that was Monday, and today's Friday. So, and the legs, just an update, the knees, I don't know if they're getting any better or not. It's just so, oh my goodness, you know. When is it ever going to go away? This is like 3.5 weeks, 2.5 weeks, yeah. But, okay, I woke up late, which for me is like 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I usually wake up like 5 to 6, somewhere around there. I'm usually up all night anyway because of a medication the doctor has me on. But up and down all night long. So anyway, Adam needs to take his SUV. He bought it new. It's 2016, and he there's something that they have a recall on or something like that, and he has to take it in. Well, that place is not close. And of course I have to follow him. He has to take it in, and it's got to be in there for a couple of days, and probably until Monday because today's Friday. And I have to, you know, go with him. But I don't think that I should really even be driving. I've done it every day since I went for Monday. But the doctor, the way he said, because I told him that I was walking for exercise. And really, you gotta turn this slow? Pardon me. But I was walking for exercise, and later on in the conversation, not right then, but later on, he kind of mumbled to himself, it's not going to heal if you're walking. You know? So, was it connected or not? You know? Okay, as in, don't walk, do the walking for exercise, or just don't do any walking if you can. You know? He never states stuff so clear. Plus, he says so much that it's hard to remember everything you have to go back to try to get, you know, an understanding on it. Seriously, it's amazing the way this guy does it. But it was the only one I could see that day, and I was in no want or need of sitting around waiting. Yeah, I don't know where I left off. Yeah, we have to go and drop his SUV off, and I have to drive him home, and probably, like I said, Monday go back. But anyway, the leg and the knees are still, I'm not knowing where they are and all that, how they're healing. And that worries me, you know, being diabetic especially. And like I said, I woke up grumpy. Can you tell? Okay, my grumpiness today reminds me of something of this woman I used to know when I was younger. And basically we were working together, like, I think when we were in our early 20s, and we didn't know one another, and both of us worked in this office, and it was just the two of us in that part of the office. And she was my age, a few months older, and one day she started acting like she was bouncing all over the place, and I said, if you don't stop that, they're going to come pick you up with the little white suits. And she said they already have. And I just kind of shook my head, and, you know, she told me that she had bipolar disorder, and when she was young, they actually had come to pick her up because, you know, she wasn't diagnosed at the time, and she was acting kind of crazy, and yeah, she had bipolar disorder. It was manic depression back then. And apparently she was in her manic phase that day, and yeah. So, yeah, I was, you know, felt really bad, and I think I was a student at that time, or hadn't finished and was going to go back or something. Anyway, I stopped being friends with her around the time that I finished my degree, my bachelor's, and I had a double major. Well, I was a career student back then. Yeah. Okay, and I could go into great detail about that, knowing, you know, why people attract certain type of people, or they're attracted to you, I should say. Anyway, what it was reminding me of, the grumpiness, is I remember this woman became like very stalkerish toward me. She was a straight woman, I am too, you know, but she just attached herself to people, not just me, but a lot of people, and she would bug the crap out of them. Basically, she wouldn't take her medications, her meds, and then she'd do stuff like that. So anyway, I was one of them. But the part that reminds me of the grumpiness is that I used to say that she would always have this bitter beer face. That was back in the time when that was a common kind of expression. But she'd have that bitter beer face, often, almost all the time. Except when I don't think she would when she was really, when she wouldn't take her medication. She never liked to take her medications. But when she was down, or any other time other than when she was manic, I don't even know for certain if maybe she did it when she was manic. But during that time, somebody, it was a woman, I don't remember who though, told me, well, maybe she has something else. She has borderline, but also something else. And they said, this woman said, like a personality disorder. And I was thinking, yeah, she has a personality disorder, all right. Like I said, that was before the time. Okay. So, yeah, this time later, yeah, I could see that. I can say this, that I'm probably wrong, but I don't know how often they actually diagnose bipolar disorder with some personality disorder. I could be very wrong. Let's just say I am. Like I said, let's just say I am. That it would be the diagnosis, bipolar disorder, and if they have the symptom, meet any criteria, like however many they have to meet of something else. I don't know that they say they're comorbid with that. I don't know. But anyway, she had, I'm thinking, to me, it would be more like borderline, okay, or histrionic, or that one where it's just a little combination of this one and that one, of the personality disorder. But her bitterness, it was more of she's perfect, she's the only one, but she wouldn't really put it out there that way, but you knew it. Does that make sense? You knew it. But, she was perfect, to her, she's perfect than everybody else, but not in the way that I think that many people are used to hearing somebody do that, or knowing how they do that. With her, she and I would go driving around looking at houses, okay, and she was divorced at the time, I believe. And we would go driving around looking at these houses, these new houses and everything. And I was looking at them and said, one day I want to live in one of those. They were nice, brick houses and kind of new, and not all of them were new. But she would, her nose would do that bitter beer face thing, and she said, you'll never live in anything like that. You might as well get used to it. But and her tone wouldn't be like I just did. It would be more like, you should be accepting of that fact. That, she wasn't being trying to be real cruel, but more like a matter of fact. Okay, and the fact is, you got it. I live in a house better than those now. And from what I understand, she still lives in hers. And hers wasn't one of those. So, yeah. Okay. But overall, what she would say, her word was snotty. She would complain about other people being snotty. That was her word. And all the while, she would come off as really down to earth, a really down to earth kind of person. But she was the one who was a snob. Okay, she, but it wouldn't be on the surface. You would not see it on the surface at all. If you took the words, and if you were to write them out, and somebody not know the person, you would think that's a person's a snob. You see what I'm saying? But her in person, she seemed very down to earth, like I said. It was an odd kind of feel to it, really. Okay, but what did other people think about her? Well, that's a little bit difficult, because in this area, she grew up. She was one person that I knew that actually was born and raised in Dallas. A lot of people that I meet around here aren't even born and raised in Texas. So, anyway, she was actually someone born and raised in Dallas. So I'm Texan too. You know, I joke around and say if you come to Texas, this part of Texas, I'm probably the only true Texan you'll wind up seeing. You know, because it's rare. It really is. Usually it's somebody from another state. Yeah. Anyway, in this area, actually seeing people, you know, running across like a group of people is rare. Okay. But at least that's my experience. Anyway, so knowing other people that she knows, how do they see her? What do they think of her? My thought was, you know, I knew that she was bipolar and that she had some kind of other issue. But the only time that I think maybe more than once, but the only time I ran across someone who is our age and who knew her was when I was driving back from a class or something, and there was this really one long road, and there was a grocery store near where she lived, and I had to go through where she lived to get back home. So I stopped at that grocery store because it was really the only one that was in that whole area. And I stopped there, and sure enough, she showed up, and it was very freaky, just totally freaky. Okay, and basically, you know, she had said something to me like, yeah, I've been looking for you, haven't, you know, yeah, because I used to, around that time was when I was hiding from her. I'd block her phone number. We didn't have cell phones back then, but I'd block her number from my home. She'd go to another store. I'd put that bag under my car. She'd go to a payphone. I'd block the payphone. Yeah, they had payphones back then. And she would show up at my door saying, I've been trying to get in touch with you and stuff like that. Well, anyway, I went to the store, and there she was, you know, and I mean, seriously, what was she doing? Sitting out at the store every day waiting for me to go there? No. So it was a weird coincidence, true. Or was it? It was very weird, because somebody else she knew showed up at the same time. Okay, still, the thought of two people showing up, and me and this other woman I didn't even know, it was a coincidence, a major coincidence, but still. And her. Well, the woman showed up, and she said the same kind of thing to the woman. I was standing there when the woman came walking up, and the woman seemed like she was freaked out, totally freaked out, you know, kind of like I felt. I was good at, you know, covering my emotions because I had panic disorder. I had basically learned how to not let people know what I was really feeling inside. But I was in a bit of a panic, and this woman, it was obvious she was, you know, why is this person, you know, there? And usually, like, you know, in a small town, you run across somebody you know, that's nothing that uncommon. But in a big, you know, like Dallas area, it's kind of uncommon. And yeah, so that woman was freaked out totally. She did everything she could to get away. Okay, so my impression, yeah, was that somebody else didn't see this woman as normal. Okay. Well, she basically, you know, like I say, she was bipolar, but what's that it?